Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim, he's D. This is a real sports talk. The New York Football Giants, and this is paining me as an Eagles fan to say this, have just won their 4th Super Bowl. Maybe not on a game that was the best overall game we've ever seen in the Super Bowl, but as far as the finishes goes, that was a pretty incredible finish, and I think that most people would tend to say if Rob Gronkowski was healthy, the Patriots might be Super Bowl champions on one of the best plays ever. Instead, he just misses that ball, and the San Francisco Giants, the New York Giants are Super Bowl champions. Let me go over some of the stats real quick. In this game, Eli Manning will likely be the MVP. He was 30 of 40, 296 yards, 1 touchdown, had an 103.8 passer rating. No, he is not better than Peyton Manning. Get that through your head. But yes, he is an elite quarterback, and I said that pretty much the entire season. Tom Brady had a nice game, 27 of 41, 2 touchdowns and a pick, and really his team did not help him out there late. Deion Branch needed to make that catch. Wes Welker on that one that he got turned around on in the possession before should have had that one. As far as the rushing game goes, Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs did enough to keep the defense honest. They combined for about 100 yards, a little bit over that actually, and the Patriots had a total of 83 yards. So receiving-wise, Rob Gronkowski, not much of a factor. 2 catches for 26 yards, but that's about it. Aaron Hernandez had 67 yards. Wes Welker had 60 yards. Deion Branch had 45 yards. And again, I think that what the Patriots need to do this offseason is go out there and get a legit threat at wide receiver. Not that Wes Welker wasn't that this year, but they need to go out and get someone like a Hakeem Nicks. And obviously they're not going to get him because he had 10 catches, 109 yards today. An absolutely incredible game. Mario Manningham, who may go on to be Super Bowl MVP, I guess. I think Eli Manning was, with that amazing catch. 5 catches for 73 yards, but the 38-yard one was really what put the Giants in business and allowed them to go up. I think when everyone saw Ahmad Bradshaw going for the touchdown there, including myself and everyone who was watching the game, said there's too much time for Tom Brady left on the clock, and had Deion Branch caught that first ball and not lost in his vision, it probably would have ended up being a Patriots Super Bowl 46 victory. But instead, it's a completely different game. The Giants end up winning this one 21-17. Wasn't the greatest Super Bowl, but in the end, most people remember the end of the game, and that was a pretty nice ending. What do you think, man?
It's a great ending, very entertaining. I think, just like you, after Bradshaw slowly walked into the end zone there, it almost seemed like he had a brain fart where he stopped, like, maybe I shouldn't go in and score here because of the whole time thing. But I think that made it a lot more exciting because the rest of the game, to be honest, it wasn't too much. It really was just quarterback to quarterback, and it was the teams capitalizing on mistakes. It seemed to me the Giants were really getting a lot of breaks where they almost made mistakes with the fumbles that were recovered by themselves. They had 2 big ones, and I believe Bradshaw fumbled one where it would have been inside that 10, but the Patriots couldn't, recover it. So to me, it was a lot of that back and forth kind of thing. It definitely proved the point that the Patriots really need someone who could stretch the field in the receiving game. The 2 tight end system is great, but they still need a deep threat, and Branch can't do that anymore. And Welker's more of just a straight slot. The Patriots are so good at attacking the 15-yard zone, but beyond that, they're definitely going to need some help. And I know Welker's contract comes up this year. I do not foresee them re-signing him, but I believe he's going to be up for a pretty paycheck. So overall, I thought it was a great Super Bowl. It wasn't the best or anything, but it was entertaining the last minute. But like you, I kind of was on my edge of my seat thinking the Patriots were going to somehow, some way pull it out. And that Hail Mary at the end, of course, in the broadcast angle, looked a lot more entertaining where Gronk was kind of close to picking it up. But it's a great finish, though.
Yeah, and I think if Gronk doesn't have that high ankle sprain, he dives forward and catches that ball, and the Patriots probably win the Super Bowl. For all the people in New York who are trying to get Tom Coughlin fired, first of all, this wasn't even the first Super Bowl he won. So I think if you win a Super Bowl as head coach, you get 5 years window, which they did not give him. And now, obviously, I don't think he has 5 years left coaching at age 65. But if he decides he wants to coach 5 more years, then they owe it to him. He's helped win them 2 Super Bowls. Eli Manning. Now, this is a part that's bothered me because I've given this guy a lot of credit. But when you want to completely disrespect the history of the game and say that Eli Manning, a guy who we have the whole year been questioning, is this guy elite? When have we ever questioned is Peyton Manning elite? In like 98 and 99 in his first 2 seasons? Since then, he's been one of the top 5, maybe 10 if you want to rank him a little lower, quarterbacks of all time. And just to base it off rings, the only time you look at rings is when you have 2 players that are equal, and that's the icing on the cake. When you go through what these guys mean to their team, what they've done in the regular season, it's still not even close. Eli Manning has had a nice career. He's not a Hall of Famer. He could be. And quite frankly, at the pace he's gone so far in his career, he will never be what his brother did. Whether he wins 3, 4, 5 Super Bowls, it really doesn't matter. He is very clutch, and I think on the last second drive, I might take him over Peyton Manning. But I think people put too much stock into just the last second drive when you got to play the whole game.
Yeah, I agree. And Peyton Manning, I mean, obviously, just from checking the news headlines all this week, is still, the most ridiculous, legit, elite quarterback there is. I mean, the guy isn't even playing, but yet he's still the lead storyline this whole Super Bowl, this whole week, over him and Irsay fighting back and forth. That just shows you what the public and what the sports media think about Peyton Manning. And so I agree with you, but I've always liked Eli. I've always thought of him as a very good quarterback, even before this season and this playoff run. I mean, sometimes I think we get so locked into stats or just Super Bowl wins, we don't really examine a quarterback for what he does. I mean, some of the throws he makes are ridiculous. He made some in this game that just great throws. I mean, he's a great quarterback, and I think we can get really caught up in this whole him versus brother and really miss out on watching a very good quarterback.
Yeah, and that's certainly true. I'm not trying to disrespect that or anything. At the end, or what I want to end on here, halftime show, I thought it was very forgettable. Madonna was clearly lip-syncing. Amazing effects, though. LMFAO has been so overexposed. They need to disappear for a while. CeeLo Green, one-hit wonder. I really don't know what he was doing on. Nicki Minaj did alright. I'm sure she was lip-syncing too, because no one can go that fast. And there was one other person on there who I'm forgetting right now. Oh yeah, M.I.A. who flipped everyone off.
Yeah.
That
was awesome.
So unnecessary. I'm campaigning Eminem and Jay-Z next year for the Super Bowl, but what'd you think about the halftime show?
It was just Madonna. I mean, I don't really know where to go with it. I mean, to be honest with you, I kind of didn't really know where they're going to go with it because I know in the past they've had issues, and I kind of found it interesting that they put Madonna in. I mean, I know that was like 6 years ago now with the whole Janet Jackson?
Yeah, I think it was the Panthers and the Patriots Super Bowl.
Okay, so that would have been in 05 or whatever. I just think I was kind of shocked with casting her to do it and booking her to do it, but I think they went very conservative with it, besides the whole flipping off the camera with M.I.A., of course. But overall, I mean, I didn't like it, but I mean, it was
better than the Black Eyed Peas last year.
Yeah, exactly. And I definitely agree with you with the overexposing of what are they? LAFFO? I don't even know their names. They were in like 3 commercials too. That was just ridiculous.
Speaking of which, the commercials this year were not very good. There were a lot of just very mediocre commercials. I'll give you my top 7 right now as we end. Number 7, Flo Rida. He had a Budweiser commercial. It was a cool commercial. Number 6, I'm going to go with the Clint Eastwood Detroit one. It would have been like number 1 last year, but we've seen the Eminem thing for an entire year now. Clint Eastwood isn't even from Detroit, so that kind of killed the whole thing for me. Number 5, I went with the Cars.com ad with the singing confidence. Number 4, even though it's Skechers and no man with any self-respect wears Skechers, the Skechers dog winning the race, that was a pretty funny ad. Number 3 was the dog losing weight, and number 2 was the one about the Doritos where the dog kills the cat and then gives the guy Doritos not to say anything. And number 1, speaking of LMFAO, was the Eminem Sexy and I Know It commercial. And that song sucks, don't get me wrong, but it was a funny commercial. So, man, Super Bowl 46, not the greatest Super Bowl. I know we've been spoiled with a lot of ones recently, but in the end, Eli Manning is now a 2-time Super Bowl champion, and it's going to be a long off season without football now. continue to check in for this channel. We are going to be having the best baseball coverage. We're going to be doing a weekly baseball show, 15 to 20 minute episodes at least. We're going to be doing a 30 teams in 30 days MLB preview starting, I think, next Tuesday, somewhere in that area. D's going to be on helping to preview his Tigers. We're having Kevin McAlpin, who now works with the Atlanta Braves. He worked with the Phillies last year. That's how I know him. And we're going to be getting a lot of other experts from all around YouTube and the internet. So the NBA season also going. We're doing our Game of the Week and any other NBA coverage that comes up. So just because the NFL season is over, do not stop watching, because we're going to still have the best sports coverage on the internet. YouTube.com/Mr. Kelstar. I'm Tim. He's D. #Deuces.